When Swami Radha was asked about the essence of yoga, she said, keep your feet on the ground, be ruthlessly honest, be sincere, be forgiving, stay in contact with the divine, and do what you can, even if you're not 100% sure it's right, and let the divine take care of the rest. And thinking of yoga, and you're getting that idea of what yoga is now. Facing yourself at the gut level. It's reflection. So why it's all of those things that you've been doing that you don't usually have time for. And making time for yoga in your life. And do you think we would need ashrams and swamis and temples and initiates and mantras to do that? Why would we? Why is that developed? And is yoga, if you're doing yoga, is that necessary? And I think of the temple as the temple of all religions, so that we meet in the light, all of them. And when we get to that basic nature and understanding of yoga, everyone's doing it. They may call it something else, but those practices that we're doing, and we're calling them yogic practices, they're the science of building that foundation and progressing along your evolution to that place of self-realization, or that meeting with consciousness on that other level, or awareness on a more aware way. So all of these practices are bringing us closer to what we want to be and who we want to be. And it's finding that essence in yourself and then relating it to what you're doing, and doing and relating it back to that essence, so that you find out what it is that has somehow enticed you to an ashram, to the teachings, to be working with swamis, to be chanting mantras, which, maybe a little while ago you weren't doing. And I remember coming here and being a little cautious and wondering what it was all about. And another part knew, and I just couldn't let go of that desire to find out more. And that's the other part of what is about yoga, is that knowledge that we all have, and we're constantly discovering at the same time. And to really desire that wanting to know, so that, and to understand and to realize who you are. That is that hidden desire and energy behind yoga. So it may be that everyone is doing yoga. Like it seems like it, everyone's buying their yoga bags and their yoga clothes, but they are all doing yoga. It's just like this temple is for all religions. Well, then yoga is for all people, and you're just at a different stage. And it's very interesting to be in kindergarten. You think it's just fantastic, cutting and pasting and coloring. And then when you're at the PhD level, you think, this is great. I'm using my mind, I'm doing exactly what I want, and I'm developing this understanding of my particular topic to the greatest extent. You're putting all your effort in. But you can't, if you're in kindergarten, start doing your PhD. It just wouldn't work. And so you have to go through all those stages, just like when you're a kid to when you're an adult. Like, you think people who are 20 are really old when you're a kid of 5, but when you're 20, you still feel pretty young. So it's like just taking life as it is, and that's the other part of yoga, is that it has to be experienced and it has to be lived. And that's why we have an ashram. There could be other ways that people come together, but we have an ashram, and in that setting up and in the practices we're doing, there's a lineage that carries us way back. Sannyas and thousands of years old, an old tradition, thousands of years old, of knowing that you have found something in the world that is satisfying that inner longing and being committed. So I think of sannyas as someone who's totally committed to finding out what they know so that they really know it, and abstaining from being ambitious and selfish, so that you have this space and this, you're not focused on yourself. You have enough energy, you have enough knowledge, you have enough compassion, you have enough understanding that more people can come and live and learn and teach and evolve. Not just you in your little house with your little dog and your little car. And it's just like, there's more. There's more and there's more. And then the more people we have, then the more light there is. And it's a worthwhile career choice. So you can go and learn and develop your mind, which is a good thing. And you can also learn and develop your spiritual strength. So it's your sincerity and the effort you put in. Because Swami Radha said that, like, becoming a yogi, and she always considered herself a yogini. And the lineage was part of that, but she was a yogini, and that meant that she was, that she had chosen a difficult path. That you really have to deal with yourself, whether it's your anger or your jealousy or your procrastination or whatever. Like, you have to really face yourself and come to terms with it. And I thought that that she also used her mind in such a way that we have the teachings that came from the East but have adapted to the West. And when I open the text, I can now begin to understand some of what they were saying, even if it's from a scholar or from some Eastern philosopher, because what she gave us was so simple and so practical and such the essence of yoga that it's all there in the text. But it's all here in the way we live. So be looking for that essence of yoga, for that fragrance, that taste. When you get in touch with it, what is it like? How does it draw you in? What are you hearing that's familiar to you already? Just awakening. Awaken to yoga. Hari Om.